it so I can hear the beep. And that, that's primarily, because you've spent time creating these assets that look totally in place. Everything on the farm looks similar in construction style, and it's abandoned its decoration. Couldn't you have made them so that I could actually use them? Or and not just something I can sell to have a little bit more starting cash? Yes, I do. I kind of figured that too late. This is the lowest horsepower. Oh, I am a total moron now. Ugh. Seriously. I have just made 2 180 litre bales. So these are going to end up being sold as grass. Oh, I suppose, that's a bonus. Okay. I need to unload this and unload that one. Now the problem is the only thing I can do with those is stick them into an extractor to bale. Let's make sure I just reset 150. Okay, that's where I should have set it, not 180. But this is 150 horsepower baler. So it's, and the 150 horsepower tractor, it's going to struggle going uphill. And I was saying that when I was rowing up and down the hill, that I probably should have rowed across the hill. So I think if I lift that up, good grief, this tractor even struggles just driving up the hill without the baler on. But that was one of the things I was kind of suggesting as we move along on this playthrough, or if I restart this playthrough, I may dump this tractor in favour of a different one. If a different one of similar capabilities comes up in the sale. Just as a thought. So I can't believe I didn't notice that the wrapper wasn't wrapping either. Oh. So I may go for something in the medium tractor range that's not a Massey Ferguson 6S. If there's a sale. No sale, not going to worry about it. Okay, I will. Okay, turn it off. I've got the collector lifted too. We're crawling up this hill. Again, kind of going against my theories in the past where my starting tractor was something like the Axion 940, which had just shy of 400 horsepower, and I was just using it for everything because it has the power to drive up the hills and do everything. Something that this tractor really doesn't have. But I kind of want to stick with a more modern tractor, because obviously things like the crop sensors are more less out of place, I should say. Yes, I need a neighbour. Because you look at this and it's 40,000 more for the Fendt, and it starts with the same horsepower. That's old. That's 171. See, that's got a better horsepower. It's only 8,000 more. 77, 25 horsepower at the bottom. What else is there? It's the Landini, there's the McCormick. I've used the McCormick on a lot of starts as well. That's an option, but I don't think you get a front loader on that. Yeah, no front loader on that one. See, now I'm starting to get into the it doesn't have a front loader. 77S 20. Could have thought about a fast track, but again, 216, 221 for the 7 TTV. Although, now here's a thought. Front weight 3-point. Front loader is, there's a yes there. Has the Kubota front loader arms. Engine setup is what starts at 180, goes to 200, and maybe yuck. Is it Verdestein that I've got on the no. I think the only option for narrows is the Michelin. They don't look quite as sensible as the wheels I have. But maybe having an orange tractor is the way to go. Because why not? The future's bright, the future's orange. I don't even know whose tagline that was. But yeah, sort of maybe if on a restart, day one, I have a tractor that is sufficient horsepower, has the options, is on sale, we'll just replace this with that. This one, So it's only struggling. That's the thing. And day one I did not have any tractor sale options. So I had to come up with something that was full price, which, you live with what you're given. Yeah, playing Calmsden Farm with, what was it? The Deutz-Fahr Series 7, 8, 9. I started Calmsden 3 times because of map updates. And every single time, Deutz-Fahr was a for sale tractor. Okay, I'm going to lift that, turn that off. Now I think along here I can actually pick up towards the end. So I might just do that. It's not great, but it does mean that we can... Oh, only works if I lower the pickup, of course. This is going to be one of those annoying jobs. No two ways around it. Excuse me. I'm definitely coming to agree with you that this tractor does not have the power. I think I don't like to do it, but I am going to lease a tractor. Probably going to jump to the store to do it. Horsepower 205, 215, 235. Lease 10,000. Okay, so now I'm in this for 10,000, for 15,000. It is what it is. Nah, sometimes I will lease occasionally, but it's, I really hate leasing stuff with an engine. It might have been cheaper to put a bigger engine in the 6S, all things considered. Although just as unrealistic. I mean, the advantage with the restart is I'm not going to be messing around with mowing all the fields and everything else. We're just going to bump up the money and say it got done. So, restarting the save, we're going to lose stats. So the number of bales I've made, the number of contracts I've done. Big term, it's not significant of an issue, I don't think. Well, we'll find out, dears. So long as we end up with, at the moment, approximately £99,000. We own the fields we own. They're in the state that they're currently in. And we have the equipment that we have. That's sufficient for the startup. Oh, and also any ground construction that we've done will replicate. After that, I've got to make sure I've got the things like the seed and the liquid fertilizer and the solid fertilizer, if I've got anything in those silos, will need to be regenerated. But it's really just, hey, I can be Caleb. Doesn't he drive a class? Okay. In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, power. Should be able to rip this up in no time now. Oh yeah. So we haven't got a brilliant yield on this field, yellow. And that's probably penalty from not having it ploughed, etc., etc. That was one of my arguments about, it's still struggling a little, but not as much as the other one was. So much of the smaller base game equipment this time round was adequate for 150 horsepower tractors, but if you wanted to upgrade your equipment, you had to upgrade your tractors. And in past versions of Farm Sim, that's not really been the case. There's always been something. I can get a less capable seeder at 6 meters, so one that needs to be, I have to cultivate and then seed, but just keep driving. That's not a bad thing. So you're making, if I want a direct drill and so I can do the job faster, I just need a big tractor, but I can still do good working with the smaller tractors back in 17 and 19, and it's just, it wasn't until we started getting mods that became a reality. There we go, I actually noticed. One time. Okay, I'm going to throw it out along the edge here. Somehow. There we go. Looks like I'm going down this side twice. Actually, I'll stay wide and get that bottom corner as well. I suppose bonus, these hills aren't as bad as Lawfolds and Oakfield Farm had. I think Oakfield Farm, we were frequently baling with either the the Challenger or the Axion 900. Kind of funny. I mean, we were using the huge tractors with the smaller what were they? Mowers. I might have been able to run those mowers off the case that we had. But we really didn't make room for it. Also, the class had a problem with its front 3-point linkage, and so had challenges with the mowing set. Oh, and I missed the bale again. That's fine. Getting the dregs of some of the patches I missed, which I said I wasn't really going to concentrate on doing. Now, what's a bit sad, there's nothing I can use to shred a grass bale. We have bale shredders in the game, but they don't accept grass. And we have... what's the other option I could have gone? It just occurred to me I could have gone with a loading wagon and used the pit on the farm. I just didn't think of that, so well. Yes, because that was the yeah, that's the thing. I've created 2 grass bales that are too big. If I could just stick them in a bale shredder or stick them in a TMR mixer, I could then just shred them up and start over. But TMR mixers don't have that, you know, the capability of setting grass bales, and neither does the bale shredder. And I think it should. I think it should be able to shred any bale you want, not just straw. And that was particularly a thing back in 17 and 19 where you've got a TMR mixer. I don't want the entirety of this bale. You didn't have a choice. It was all or nothing. At least in 22 they kind of fixed that so that you can hold a bale over the mixer, and it will it will deplete the bale slowly so you can adjust your mix. That's why it's kind of funny watching some YouTubers say, so to mix you need a 2 silage bales, 2 hay bales and 1 straw bale. It's sort of, well, actually it depends if you're using round bales or square bales, what size of round bale you're using. I think oops. I can't remember how big those 2 grass bales I created were. These are about 5,300 at 150 centimetres. I'm going to jump out at the bottom of this row and because I can actually look at these. Grass 7,500. I think hay was 2. I think maybe straw is a different volume form. But then, the argument is that my silage bales are going to be 5,300 maximum. My 5,500 for 5,500. So 2 silage bales are 11,500. 2 hay bales are 15,000. And then potentially your straw bale is also another 7,500. Depending on your mixer, that could be a bad mixture because you put too much straw in because your straw bale was too big. Or you just have to make sure that all your bales are 150 centimetres if you're using round ones. It's a thing. So it's no longer